name's Mindy McGuire, and this is my resurrection story. I've always gone to church. I grew up in a church. As soon as my parents were able and I was able, I was going to church. I came to learn about God and Jesus in church, and it was great until I got into, I was about 10 or so, and I just started being pushed away by people in church. And I had always been pushed away by people in school. I had friends, but they weren't really good friends. They didn't really know me. They were just people to be around. Church was my escape from that. I had friends at church that knew me. I remember my first Sunday here. My mom and I came in, it was just the two of us, and we sat in the very back row of the church because we didn't really know anybody. Miss Diane came up, and she came up really excited, and I was just trying to sort of fade into the background. And she came right up to me and she shook my hand and she said, "We're having a party. You should come to it. It's this Saturday." And I didn't go to the party. I didn't know anybody there. Or I figured if I knew them, I knew them from school, and school was not a good place for me. My freshman year was a really hard time for me. I didn't know why, but I felt horrible. I was angry all the time. Lena Wilson and I were always around each other, and we can joke about it now, but we hated each other. The end of my freshman year, I went to church camp. At the very end of camp, they had these white lawn chairs set out. The message was about forgiveness, and they said, when you're ready, take these permanent markers and write the name of somebody you're ready to forgive on these chairs. I got up and I took one of the permanent markers and I walked out to the chairs and I just knelt on the grass beside one of the chairs. And as I wrote Lena's name on the chair, I just felt something open up inside me. And all of a sudden, I realized that it wasn't just Lena that I was forgiving myself, and I was learning to live with myself. And all of the hatred and the anger that I had harbored wasn't just about Lena, and it wasn't just about life. It was, I couldn't live with myself. All of that just vanished in that moment. And as I went back inside the tabernacle and I went up to kneel at the altar, I said, thank you, God, for giving me my life back, letting me live again. As I knelt there, I understood that I was healed not for myself, but so that I could help to try to heal other people with God's help. I want to be able to help people, and I've always been interested in the medical field. I know that I have been called to go into nursing, and I don't know what that really means at this point. Lena and I are really good friends now, and ever since then, I felt like I have my life back. I'm Mindy. I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives within me.